a very helpful young man from Braintree, was just telling me, as I asked him which Braintree player is in the best form right now, he said the goalkeeper Mason Terry, and he said he's had 5 man of the matches in the last 5 matches. So fair to say they've had a bit of a rearguard action, Brian.
Well, that's going to be interesting. I know a few games. That's interesting because we know a few games ago they lost 3-0 and 5-0 on the bounce. They've had a couple of draws and 1 win, only a 2-1 win, which was at home to Eastleigh. So they need to start getting results because they actually do, Braintree that is, but they actually do need to win tonight, because I think even a draw or a defeat would actually
behind the 8
really they are they're actually going to start struggling. But it will be interesting to see how the goalie turns around, Mason Terry, how he actually turns around and plays tonight, because if he's got 5 out of 5 man of the match, then he's obviously doing really well for them.
He might be due a dodgy one.
Well, we hope so.
What I was going to say, the other talking point before we just kind of get going with the game and we run out of time to discuss this, we've been looking at this relegation, likely teams to get relegated for a long time, and we were very much staring at the table to see an Aldershot in that, and we all acknowledge it's not done yet for Aldershot. It's just a very, very good start of that business end of the season. But looking at the bottom 4, it has looked for a while, hasn't it, that barring a miracle run, your bottom 3 are likely to go Gateshead, Truro and Morecambe. Gateshead are going for a 3rd successive win tonight, so if they do keep that sort of level up, then they may pull clear. But it looks very much, I've described it as musical chairs, and maybe 8, 9, 10 teams are dancing around that table. Let's say there's 9 teams, but only 8 chairs. Yeah, that's how it kind of looks. And saying that, though, there is the little chasm, the little gap is just above Braintree, isn't it? A jump of 5 points up to that clutch of teams on 35 and 36 points.
Yeah, very much so. I think, unfortunately, it looks like Truro, I believe, will go down. Gateshead have got 2 games in hand. They're on a bit of a run of the form, as you said, Rob. So they've got the chance to get out of it. Morecambe are on 33, 26 points. I think Sutton United and Yeovil Town have both played 32 and got 35 points. Both those clubs, I feel, will be saved. I think it's the bottom 4 now that will go down, unless someone, and I think the only team that could do it is Gateshead, goes on a dramatic run, because I think both Sutton and Yeovil have a good chance of getting 44 points, which I think will be enough, and it's only 9 from 14 games. Now, of course, people, and there's been a lot of people saying, are Eastleigh going to go through the trap door? Well, they've just had a change of management. I think they'll get out of it. It's going to be very interesting, because I wouldn't have thought that you would be at this stage of the season, Rob. I don't think we've been there before, where I would say that I believe the bottom 4 are going down with still sort of 12, 13, 14 matches to go.
Yeah, I don't. I think there can still be a lot of changes. I think at least, hello mate, I think at least one of the bottom 4 will get free. And do you know who my money's on before a ball's kicked tonight? It's on this team, Braintree. And here's my reasoning why. They're the only one of the teams in the bottom half that are in that relegation scrap that have still got the same manager as last season. And he did it then with very limited funds and against all kind of odds, really. He's still there, and I'd back him to do it again. I really would. We'll have to see, and obviously I do hope that their revival continues after tonight and not tonight. But no, I think they've got a great chance. I think they're more likely. They're in scrapping mode the whole time. That's what they do. Whereas your teams like your Yeovils and your Eastleighs and your Wealdstones, not necessarily so. Wealdstone are on a horrendous dive. Yeovil have got a new inexperienced manager who came in with a good reputation, but it's not working yet. And Eastleigh, well, I saw at least one post on social media today when it said that Richard Hill's gone back in caretaker charge again. That was actually kind of forecasting Eastleigh's demise, basically.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that we said obviously Gateshead had started on a good run. Believe it or not, Eastleigh are at the bottom of the form guide from 8 games. 8 games, 24 points. They've only got 5. And then you've got, believe it or not, Forest Green Rovers. What's happened there? And then you've got Braintree have only got 6. Gateshead have got 6. Truro have got 6. Morecambe have got 6. That's why I think it's going to be very hard for any of those to actually turn around and get out. Sutton United have done reasonably well recently. They've got 12 they got 12 out of 24 points, which is a 50% success rate. So if any team's going to not do it, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Yeovil. But I think they've got more than enough to get out of it.
You see Sam Carter down there, he's working for Ipswich Town these days, the former Aldershot Town media manager, chatting to Luke, who's on duty for the shots tonight. No real update on that media position, listeners, but just to say they did appoint someone, and they then pushed back wanting more money, and they therefore weren't appointed because there wasn't any more money. And then just 1 or 2 issues with 1 or 2 of the other guys that have been brilliant at helping out that just mean they're not necessarily spot on for the role. You've not lost it, no. One sec. So we're 4 or 5 minutes away from kick-off, and we await the teams at the minute, just doing our final bits and pieces of preparation here. This has got to be the first night or the first game for such a long time I haven't had anybody asking me for the link, so it must be clear and obvious tonight. Here indeed come the teams at Cressing Road. Braintree in their home kit, which is predominantly orange and got a little bit of claret, I think, probably. Is it claret, would you say?
Well, it's normally blue, isn't it?
Let me get my bins on.
Yeah, it's normally it's normally blue and orange. I believe.
It's
blue
like
and orange.
It's like a dark,
and
it's like a dark blue, and
yeah.
And the shots are in all black. And now we've got to see if we can somehow smuggle Luke back into the media box here. Yeah. Good job, he's a lot more agile than I am. Mind your head as you come up. There we go.
Scott with us tonight, all the way from London.
Okay.
So interesting shirt there, Rob. I think they're playing in squares, aren't they? Quarter squares, Braintree.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian, I'm just getting an additional bit of equipment here. Do you want to run through the shots team? I've got it in its shape here if you want to use that.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, with regards to the goalkeeper, it's Boyce Clark. We've got, we believe we're going to start with back 4 of Scott on the left. In the centre, we've got Inwood and Nightingale with Luke Jenkins on the right side. I believe that's Luke Jenkins' first start since he's come back from injury, so that's really good. In the middle, Hargreaves and Mertholtz. And we've then got, we believe, we're going to have a pattern up front, and then just behind a 3 of Gandor, Henry and Hill. So one thing I will say, good turnout by the Shots fans. We were saying earlier, Rob, that maybe you might get 100 here, but I think it looks a bit more than that, maybe 140, 150. Really good turnout.
Yeah, we've got this final section here away to our right, and the open terrace behind the goal. So I'm going to go upwards of that, and I'm going to say 250, which would be phenomenal, to be honest with you.
Oh no, you're right. I've just stood up, Rob, and I think you might be right.
It's a tradition, isn't it, since Aldershot were reformed, a little trip to Essex on a midweek evening, isn't it?
Yes.
There used to be a lot more of them.
And I think a lot of people do get put off because even today I know there was problems around the Leatherhead area for people coming around that side. It's always difficult coming up here on a Tuesday night, and it's difficult to get back on the train as well because the last one goes at about from Braintree at 1 minute past 10, which is you've got to leave early, maybe 10-15 minutes early to get it.
Right, our referee tonight is Isaac Searle, and Aldershot have gone into a huddle. At the moment they are going to stay on this right hand half of the pitch where Brian and I are in a similar position to what we'd be if you like at the EBB, 10-15 yards inside this half. This is the half where the Shots fans are behind the goal away to our right and to the side of us, to the right of us in the stand. Aldershot have kick-off. A reminder that they're in their black strip with red thin pinstripes, and James Henry is very shortly going to get us underway here at Crescent Road. Braintree in 21st place, Aldershot currently in 13th, just went below. I think Tamworth went above them last night after whipping Altrincham 5-1. A lot of goals coming late on after Altrincham had 2 players sent off, and they've had 5 players sent off in 3 consecutive home games, or in 3 games in total at the Lamb in the recent weeks. Right, we're underway. Ollie Scott pinging a ball down the left side. Gandor flicks it on. Is chased by Patton. Don't think he'll keep it in. Does a really good effort to try and backheel it into the Braintree player to put it behind for a corner, but it doesn't quite come off. And now we have a goal kick to Braintree away to our left. Last night saw half of the National League games played, the other half tonight. We'll keep you abreast of the other goals pretty soon as they go in throughout the evening. And you're listening to Rob Worrell and Brian Bloomfield here. And Will Nightingale sends the ball forward. Gandor onto it, cuts inside. He's being held off. And good battling back from the Braintree defence. Meanwhile, the number 17 for Braintree goes back, passes back, and Braintree get that one all wrong and clear the ball. They're trying to get it down the line, but it goes into touch. Aldershot have a throw halfway inside the Braintree half. Sam Inwood's going to take it, and I think they're sending Will Nightingale forward, and Aldershot going for a long throw. Correct me if I'm wrong, I can't remember Shots scoring from a long throw this season, or they have tried it in certain games. I think Nightingale will most definitely be the target. It's flicked on by Meerholtz, I think, in the end, then cleared away by Braintree, and Ryan Hill will go all the way back to his keeper, Boyce Clark. He's going to be, we've got really, really poor lighting here in the Braintree media box. But, it was Babbage who sent it all the way back to his goalkeeper, Mason Terry. And if you weren't with us 5 or 10 minutes before kick-off, Mason Terry has been Braintree's man of the match in every one of their last 5 games. Here's Inwood racing forward. He's past 1, past 2, rides on again, and then wins a free kick. And one of the things I think, as a Shots fan, Brian, you love about seeing an Aldershot team is a centre-back that loves to get forward. And guess what? We've got 2 of them in Nightingale and Inwood.
Very much so. And I mean, we're just a couple of minutes in, but we're playing, I believe, a very high press game.
Here's a ball played down the left channel by Henry to Gandor. He pulls it back. It's cleared behind by Braintree, and we have our first corner of the evening to the Shots, away to our left. James Henry going over to take it. Cameron Hargreaves coming over to certainly stretch the Braintree defence and make himself available as an option if Henry wants to take it short. It does take it short, gives it to Hargreaves. Hargreaves gives it back to Henry. Henry goes to the byline, clips a nice little ball in. It's headed away by Braintree, and it will find touch. There'll be another throw to the Shots. Henry gathers it. He's not in any hurry. He's going to leave it there and let Inwood come, and they're going to try the same thing again. Brian Bloomfield.
Yeah, it's a good start from the Shots. Not only are we playing a high press, we're doing a good closing down game, not allowing Braintree to get on the ball at all whatsoever as the throw-in's about to come in from Inwood.
It is indeed. Steps forward, sends it in, headed firmly away by John Akindi, I think, back there for Braintree. Very, very experienced striker, still going. Iniefeong was here a year or so ago, wasn't he? And he's moved around again a bit since then. Popped up at Eastleigh today. In comes the throw. Is flicked on. Headed away again by Akindi. Picked up by Ollie Scott on the edge of the area. He steers it back to Ryan Hill. Hill lifts the ball in. That's headed away by a Braintree defender who slips rather awkwardly. And then Akindi does really well to slip it into the channel. Is being chased down the right-hand side and squared in and cleared away by Ollie Scott, only as far as Inwood, who protects it, but he cushions the pass into the path of Akindi, and then the shot comes in, and what a brilliant block from Ollie Scott. Welcome back, Ollie. We missed you for that whole one game that you were out. What a player he is, and what a performance we get from from Ollie Scott.
Yeah, that was a fantastic block by Scott there.
Inwood with a header, forward to Gandor, holds it up, comes back to Ollie Scott. Scott inside to Inwood, Inwood to Nightingale. Just a little bit of a nervy moment there as Aldershot lost it. And then on the other side, Luke Jenkins momentarily loses control but wins it back. And it's played down the right side. Coming across now to Gandor, kills it dead. Beautiful control, assesses his options, but it's blocked well by Braintree.
Yeah, I've noticed, Rob, there's a couple of players on both sides have lost their footing, so maybe it's a little bit damper on them what we think.
Yeah. And it's a little bit darker in here than I wanted it to be because I cannot see my team sheet or my notes at all, which is why you're getting some very non-descriptions of which Braintree players have got it. One or two of them I do recognise, a few others with numbers in the teams I'll have to pick up as we go along tonight. Good evening to Steve Ray, says evening Rob and Brian, I'm listening from a very warm Isle of Wight. Alright, don't boast, it's warm here as well in Essex. And I understand, Steve, that you're visiting the EBB, Brian tells me, at the weekend. Enjoy your trip from the Isle of Wight. In with the prawn sandwich brigade, I hear. Right, here's Ollie. Don't wear your mankini, you won't get in. There's Ollie Scott fouled on the left-hand side. Aldershot have a free kick halfway inside the Braintree half. And once again, your Inwards and your Nightingales will come up from the back. Luke Jenkins as well. Ryan Hill, the deepest shots player, him and Ollie Scott. And James Henry is going to lift this one into the danger zone. So far, first contact on every ball lifted in, corner, free kick, cross has been with Braintree.
Yeah, and that's 3 times actually that Braintree have pulled back an Aldershot play, and I think that's going to be the guys of the night, Rob, to be honest with you. Were so quick on the turn that we're leaving them standing.
We're into the 8th minute now, 0-0. James Henry is going to send in this free kick from the left touch line. In it comes towards the far post, it's headed away. It'll be picked up initially by Luke Jenkins. He's down by the corner flag. Oh, he sends it in. Fingertips from the goalkeeper right underneath his bar, and he puts it behind for a third. Aldershot Town corner of the evening. Henry going over to take. Hargreaves coming again short. Is it third, or am I getting carried away? Is it second? There's been a lot of restarts down there, hasn't there?
Yes.
A lot of them have been throws that Inwood's taken.
It's the second corner.
It's the second corner, yeah. So James Henry to take this one, and I wonder if he is actually going to send this one in, because the Braintree marker is just that little bit closer to Hargreaves this time. Referee at the moment is having a word about the holding and the pushing in the penalty area. I wish they'd do less like talking and more just giving decisions, you know, either way. Free kick against the attacking team or a penalty. In it comes, headed away by Braintree, only as far as Hargreaves, makes for the shot, that's well blocked. Comes back out to James Henry, sends it low, held up by Inwood inside the penalty area. He's possibly fouled there, but no real cheers for it, and Braintree could get a counter-attack. They look to do that on the left side, brilliantly read by Ryan Hill, and he gets onto his own pass and beats the Braintree to gets up again off the floor and carries on his run. He's up against Akindi. That's not going to work, so he turns back, gives it to Meerholtz. Meerholtz making his way forward, comes off a Braintree player into touch, and the shot's well on top. 9 minutes in, 0-0. They've asked all the questions so far, with a couple of corners, 2 or 3 long throw-ins, a free kick, it's largely been taking place away to our left, Brian.
It has, yeah. I have to say, we both like Hill, don't we? He's a fantastic little putt player. He's a bit of a dynamite, and I think he's setting his stall out really well tonight.
Inwood then is going to take his first long throw from the right-hand side. In it comes, first contact. Well, nobody gets there. Now it's held up inside the box. Back to goal. Aldershot trying to get a shot away. It's very scrappy. It's come out to the left edge of the area. Hargreaves sends it back to Ollie Scott. Scott back to Hargreaves, and Hargreaves back to Scott. Oh, Scott shapes to do the cross, then comes back on his right foot, sends it in. Gandor holding it up on the edge of the box. Now Braintree are onto it. They clear it away. Picked up again by Ollie Scott. Thought he was caught late, but nothing given. Aldershot still got possession with Luke Jenkins. Into James Henry. Henry slots it out to the right-hand side. He's looking for Jenkins, but he won't get there. The ball comes off Jenkins and goes into touch. Throw into Braintree, down by their corner flag on the left-hand side. And here at Crescent Road, 10.5 minutes in, it remains 0-0.
Well, it's all of a precedent at the moment from Aldershot. I think Braintree have been in our half once. There's no doubt we're really playing high. We've had a couple of sort of skirmishes in the box, and I think if we just need to get a couple of players maybe just slightly out from the 6-yard box, because we're cramming it too much in there, I think, at the moment.
Everybody bar Boyce Clark is in the Braintree half at the moment. Inwood sends it up to Gandor. He sends it back out to Will Nightingale. Nightingale finds Inwood. Inwood head down. Now a ball down the left channel back to Gandor. Sends it back inside to Henry. He might get a shot from the edge of the area. He tries to settle and compose himself, and then gets the shot wrong. A little bit of curl on it, but always wide and always high. The first effort of the evening from either side. 11 minutes gone, 0-0, Brian.
He got something behind that, there's no doubt. I think from what I saw, that ball actually did slightly bobble up a bit. So a bit uneven out there, but first shot, I'd say, on target, real shot on target, was about sort of maybe 5-6 feet over.
Goal kick then to Braintree. Mason Terry to take it. Gateshead are already 1-0 up against Morecambe, heading for what would be their third consecutive win. Here's Akindi battling well against Inwood and Meerholt. An absolute unit he is. Just 3 minutes it was for Gateshead to get that goal. Braintree then lift the ball over the top. That goes straight out of play. And behind the goal, Kanaya Boyce Clark will take the goal kick for the shots.
Interesting there, Akindi trying to make his weight known there on Inwood, off the ball.
It certainly was, wasn't he? Aldershot coming out of defence now with Jenkins. Plays it up to Henry. Henry has to backtrack a bit, then sends a good ball out to the right-hand side to Hill. He pings it inside. He's looking for Hargreaves and can't find him. Braintree will hoof it straight through the middle. Akindi's coming back from an offside position, can't challenge it. It'll go through to Kanaya Boyce Clark. Yeah, I think we might even have 300 Shots fans here tonight. That's crazy. Good times, of course. 8 wins, 2 draws and 1 defeat in the last 11. Here's Gandor battling away. Sends it to Hargreaves inside the penalty area. Holds up, comes back to James Henry. Not too many bodies in the actual box. Henry sends it in to the far post. Big leap from Luke Jenkins. Timed his run and his jump superbly. Header down is saved by Mason Terry relatively comfortably, but perfect precision timing from Luke Jenkins.
Yeah, he got in front of his player there, Luke Jenkins. Absolutely fantastic header. I mean, it didn't really trouble the goalkeeper too much, but getting in front of his player was very good. You mentioned, with the Shots fans, I know Dean Wood has said, try and bring a friend, and everyone should try and do that at the EBB Stadium. I think we deserve 3,000 on Saturday. There's no doubt about it. The way we're playing, it's great to see so much positivity, and the way that the team's been set up by John Coleman. It's attack. Everything's about moving forward. There's no sort of coming back. It's all moving forward.
Exactly, and it might be a bit of a mix on Saturday. Of course, you've got to respect. In one sense, you want to show the league leaders no respect, but equally you've got to realise that you're going to suffer for periods of the game out of possession, and you need to be set up well for that. But no, Aldershot will certainly relish that opportunity. But they've got business to attend to here. Hartlepool have taken the lead against Carlisle. Hartlepool with an outside chance of those playoffs, along with Halifax. We do think Southend most likely to get that 7th place, but here the ball is in touch on the right hand side. As the referee spotted a little free kick for Braintree, I think he might have done. We'll soon see. They're inside their own half. It is going to be a free kick to Braintree. And it's the skipper, George Langston, that's going to take it. I don't think I've read out your Braintree team yet. Let me hold this pad up to the light and say Terry in goal. Back four, left to right, Drake, Langston, Francis Clark and Pinnington. Vennings, the former shot, of course, and Omrore in the centre of midfield. Taylor Harris and Sahid Kamara, the wide players. Gore and Babbage linking the midfield and the attack. And then John Akindi up top, although he's done most of his work defensively so far tonight. That free kick from Braintree goes straight through to Boyce Clark. Nothing on it, no one on it, and Aldershot will again attempt to play out of the back. Braintree pressed a little bit further forward on this occasion, so interesting to see if Aldershot continue to play or go with a longer one to try and beat the press. Here is Boyce Clark in possession, goes left to Inwood. Inwood down the left channel, easy header for Pinnington. Picked up though by Nightingale, exchanges passes with Henry. Ball's now back with Jenkins. Back pass to Boyce Clark, almost finds Akindi. Meanwhile, Braintree position themselves well and they're picking up a few loose balls. Aldershot not keeping it quite as well as they can. What a tackle there from Ollie Scott again. And in this opening 15 minutes or so, yet again, it's Ollie Scott who's really making his mark on the game. Here he is again getting there first in a 50-50. Referee this time doesn't, as he goes down, give the free kick. Braintree continue the attack. Aldershot nick it through Inwood. He finds Meerholtz. Meerholtz to Scott. Scott inside to Hargreaves. And then Harris picks it up for Braintree. Braintree coming forward. Nice little exchange involving the number 5 on Roray. And they've kept possession well. Now they go for the long ball straight through the middle. They're looking for Akindi. Heads it inside. A little 1-2. It will be picked up by Harris on this right hand side. Up against Ollie Scott. Onto his left foot. Comes back to Pinnington. Pinnington racing towards the penalty area. Finds James Vennings. He swivels and sends it out left to Langston. Langston makes ground. Is he going to try a shot from the edge of the area? No. He passes to the number 18 and then another attempted pass is cut out brilliantly by Luke Jenkins. He sends it down the right hand side and it's well chased and well won by well, Sean Patton wins it, unloads him, and the assistant referee on the far side flags for a foul by Patton, but that was a tight decision, Brian.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a foul. What I will say is that it was a nice little bit of passage of play by Braintree, but they couldn't find that final ball, and the reason being is because of our closing down. We're moving very, very quickly at the rear, and what is noticeable, Rob, is that whereas we can have sort of 7 or 8 in attack, we can have also very quickly 7, 8 in defence.
Yeah, Braintree going to send another free kick from just inside their own half, right to the edge of the Aldershot town penalty area here. Hargreaves knocks it down. It's cleared forward by Jenkins, taken down by Gandor. Gandor sends it inside to Meerholtz. Always seems to be somebody available, doesn't it? And then a good ball out to the right hand side, which is sent by the defensive header into the path of Hill. He's running diagonally across towards the goal. Sends it now to Gandor on the left hand side. Gandor advancing edge of the penalty area. He's into the penalty area, tries the shot. Oh, it catches the number 6, James Vennings, and viciously swerves behind for a corner. Hadi Gandor asking questions again.
Yeah, that was a good move. 2 people, Gandor at the end there, Ryan Hill. Both players actually looking to come off their man to receive the ball, reading the game very well. And I think, as you said, everything at the moment is very sharp, it's very quick, and it's very precise.
Henry stands over this corner for shots. Hargreaves is out there with him. Pinnington out there with him. Henry sends it into the far post, headed away behind the goal by Akindi. A 4th corner then to the shots. This time it's going to be from the right hand side for the first time, and they're certainly on top, Brian, but they just need something to show for it. And John's always saying this in his team talks, in his post matches: when you're on top like this, you've got to score. Yeah,
and I think we got to make something count very quickly. We've got every opportunity to do it with the quality we got out there.
Good evening to Lindsay Morris, who says good evening to us and good evening to the Shots fans listening. In comes the corner. Inwood heads it up and it lands just underneath the crossbar, caught by Mason Terry. Technically, it's another effort on target for the shots. They've had 4 efforts in the opening 20 minutes. Henry, Jenkins, Gandor and now Inwood. And I'm not sure which has been the closest really. Probably Jenkins' downward header, but it just wasn't that difficult for Mason Terry to save. A goalkeeper that's in incredible form. He has let quite a lot of goals in, but he's been their man of the match, as I say, in the last 4 or 5 games. Is Gandor trying to battle up against Pinnington. Pinnington turns one way then the other. Gandor sticks a foot in, very nearly wins it. Yeah. Eventually the ball goes into touch and it will be a throw to the shots. Great work as ever from Hadi Gandor. I would hesitate to say you wouldn't find a player that works harder, but then I forgot momentarily Ollie Scott. I think he works harder than anybody.
He's really, well, I think they're all putting in a shift.
Yeah, Scott gives it to Inwood, crosses into the far post, and I think it'll disappear in touch behind the goal on the far side. It looked like a good ball as it left his foot, but it was just
too far,
too firm. Nobody really. Jenkins was nearest to getting onto it on the far side, but too much pace on it. Ollie Scott had the ball, played it into Inwood, and then set off around the outside of him for a 1-2 if he'd wanted it, but Inwood chose to send it into the box. And right, so we are 20.5 minutes in here at Cressing Road, and it's Braintree Town 0, Aldershot Town 0. Goal kick to be taken by Mason Terry. Fairly central, one in the air by Henry, up towards Patton. The referee seems to have Patton's number at the moment. He was just niggling away and fouling in the back of Aidan Francis Clark. Braintree have given it away though, and here comes Henry advancing to the edge of the box. Is he going to try a shot? He passes it to Hill. Hill squares it in. Hargreaves. Oh, and Henry's pulled down surely from behind. Nothing given. Henry must have been fouled there. He's received the ball 6 yards out. And the referee's not giving it. Crazy. Aldershot still got it with Henry, with Gandor. He's into the area, pulls it back, and now it's cleared away by Braintree. How have Aldershot Town not scored or won a penalty there, Brian Bloomfield?
Well, I have to say it looked a blatant penalty, but the referee was right up there. It'd be interesting to see, what comes from the TV highlights, etc. But that definitely looked like a penalty. And people at home, if they're watching on the TV and listening to the radio, might be saying, "Nah, it was never a penalty."
James Henry running onto the ball 8 yards out, about to pull the trigger, and he goes down. Listen, he's going to shoot every single day of the week and twice on Sundays there. And we'll pay the respect of watching the replays when we do get to see it, but that to me was a stonewaller. Here's a 1-2, and here's Braintree on the counter-attack. What a challenge from Luke Jenkins. 1-on-1 against Kamara. Kamara was favourite 60-40, but Jenkins dove in, if that's a word. I've argued this with Steve in the past, he says it is. He dove in. Jenkins got a foot on the ball. Brilliant challenge against Kamara. That could have been Braintree's best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, it was good covering, absolutely fantastic. And I have to say, our defence is playing well at the moment.
Braintree player's gone down in some discomfort, holding his head. It is that man, Saeed Kamara. He's on the halfway line. Referee stopped it, and we'll momentarily get an opportunity to catch our breath. So 4 chances of some description for shots, plus James Henry there, who started that move, and as he got to the edge of the area, I wondered if he'd shoot, but he didn't. He rolled it to Hill. Hill rolled it inside. I think another shots player then just walled past it into the path of Henry. Henry ran on and looked to be about to strike the ball and just smash it home from about 8 yards, and then literally tumbled over. What tumbled him over, we don't know.
We don't know. I mean, we did expect.
Was it the foot of a player? Was it a pothole? I don't know what it was.
We expected the net to bulge, but it didn't.
23 minutes gone now here at Cressing Road. A little bit of refreshments taken on board by players from both sides. The Braintree player Kamara is up and taking on some water on halfway. He'll come back on in 30 seconds or so. Meanwhile, I think the referee is rightly going to give the ball back to Braintree. They were in possession of the ball. He's going to give it to James Vennings. just telling Henry he needs to stand away a little bit. Henry probably still chirping in his ear about that penalty. Braintree lump it forward down the right channel, one in the air by Inwood, and then that's brilliant from Meerholtz, taking the ball off the Braintree player who thought he was in full possession of it. They're pushed back and then back again. Now Henry's pressing on George Langston, who again sends it straight through the middle, headed away by Inwood, held up by Gandor. He sends the ball out to the right hand side. Really good play from Gandor. Finds Jenkins coming forward down the right hand side, gives it to Ryan Hill. Hill running across, ball into the feet of Henry inside the air, lovely touch, turn, swivel, shot, Hargreaves squares it, blocked away by Braintree. It'll stay in. Now it's cleared only as far away as Meerholtz. He finds Luke Jenkins on the right hand side. Jenkins inside to Henry. Henry inside to Hill. Hill's going to try a shot left footed, feints the shot, then doesn't shoot. The moment came and the moment went. Back to Inwood, Aldershot keeping possession. Nightingale tries a ball through, pinged off the wall pass from Henry. Henry's got it again, sends it inside to Meerholtz. Meerholtz sends it in again, and this time Braintree will get onto it with Pinnington. Sends it out to the left hand side, one in the air by Nightingale. Total and utter domination here from the shots, but it remains 0-0 25 minutes in.
Yeah, we're pinging it around, Rob. Very good quality football at the moment.
Jenkins on the right hand side into Hill. Hill back to Nightingale, who's probably the deepest shots player along with Inwood on the halfway line. Outfield player, obviously. Boyce Clark has not vacated the goal. Here's Nightingale on a little run down the right hand side, plays the ball in, and is that a foul on Patton? No, he's not getting anything from this referee tonight. Braintree clear it forward into touch. Aldershot will have a throw just inside the Braintree half. Jenkins takes it, finds Nightingale. Aldershot doing everything well and doing it at a pace as well. Just need that final pass, move, shot, whatever, to come off. Keeping possession here, ball into Hargreaves. Hargreaves attracts Akindi and then pings it out to the right hand side to Nightingale, who straight away switches on the afterburners. He's over halfway, he's advanced forward, ball into Patton inside the area, sharp turn, feet into the path of Hill. Ryan Hill misses the target, left foot shot low. Terrific build up play, lovely hold up from Sean Patton. And another chance to take the lead tonight goes begging. And for me, other than that one where Henry's moving onto the ball 8 yards out and then goes down, the best chance of the lot.
Oh, without a doubt. And once again, a very good fluid move, very quick movement, very precise passing. And I have to say our attacking play's been good, but also our defence has been good. I think 3 or 4 times now we've been up against an attacker, and one of our defenders have actually dug the ball out. I think the whole team is really playing as one unit. There's no weak link at the moment.
It's now, would you believe this scoreline? Gateshead 1, Morecambe 2. Popov with the first. And so the battle of those sides, really, it's kind of a no-lose for sure for both of those sides tonight. Gateshead took an early lead, Morecambe now 2-1 up. Here's Nightingale pinging the ball out to the left side, taken down nicely by Gandor. He's got Scott out there with him, but he's gone past 2 players. Finds Hargreaves. Hargreaves gives it back to Scott. Scott squares it across. It's cut out by Braintree, played up towards Akindi. Good work from shots again. They're like a swarm of bees all over the Braintree players whenever they get the ball. They've won it back again. Jenkins to Henry. Henry back to Nightingale. It's a pretty packed final third there, and so therefore it might be a little bit difficult to open up right now. Aldershot come back from Nightingale to Inwood. If they can get past Akindi, they can make their way through to the next up. It's a lovely ball from Inwood to Jenkins. He's on the right hand side, squares it in, cut out behind, another corner to the shots, at least their 5th, if not the 6th of the game so far, and James Henry gets out to take it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic ball from just on the left side out from Inwood. I didn't even think we had a player out there, but he spotted it, and he actually, when he threw the ball over, I don't even think he looked. He actually knew where the player was. Very, very good play from Aldershot.
Corner comes in from Henry and somehow goes past everybody. Hill's the first onto it though. Goes back to Ollie Scott. He's going to try a shot from distance. Oh my word, what shot from Scott. It's saved brilliantly by Braintree's best player, the man of the match in the last 5 games, Mason Terry. If Ollie Scott hit the one at Yeovil well, this one was almost twice as far out, and he hit it just as well. And it was arrowing towards the top left-hand corner from Mason Terry's point of view, and he got up, put it behind. Corner taken short to Henry. Shot comes in straight into the midriff from Scott again of Mason Terry, and it's efforts number 6 and 7 on the Braintree goal already for the Shots this evening. But 29 minutes gone, somehow, some way, it remains 0-0.
Yeah, nearly 30 minutes, and to be fair, I think Braintree's only been in a half, maybe 3 times as they are at the moment.
They certainly are on this right-hand side. Play the ball back, and brilliant tracking back from Gandor to win the ball back. Gandor's fouled from behind by Omrore, and it's one of those fouls that you would say certainly if it was about half an hour into the second half, that's a yellow every time, isn't it? The comment of he's fallen over again was actually from a Shots fan. It's just rather an ironic one. Ball's back with Kanaya Boyce Clark, and yeah, 2 chances there in a minute for Ollie Scott, got them both on target, and Mason Terry's been equal to them, and that is the problem for Shots right now. They're creating wave after wave of attack and chances, but Mason Terry's in the form of his life. Here's Inwood sending the ball down the left channel to Hargreaves, holds it up. He's got Gandor there for support. He doesn't need him, sends in the cross, held up inside the area by Sean Patton. Sharp feet from him. He's battling away, the ball's behind. It's another corner to the Shots. That might be corner number 7, Brian.
Yeah, they're struggling with our pace of play at the moment and directness. You just wonder how long they can hold out, to be honest with you, because I don't think the defence has got that much mobility.
Aldershot, though, they've got the breaking down of that defence, but they've still got to beat Mason Terry, who is in superb form right now, and he's already made a couple of really decent saves and a couple of stops you'd expect him to make tonight. Another corner then to Shots. Henry sends it in, parried away, edge of the area, sent back in by Hill, cleared out to as far as Inwood. What a young player he is. Sends a diagonal ball into the area, and be picked up by James Henry on the left hand side, sends the cross in, headed away by Braintree, cleared away by Braintree, only as far as Ollie Scott. Scott finds Meerholtz. I can't remember the last time I saw such domination for half an hour from one team, but the Shots just still don't have anything to show for it. Braintree have won it here. Meerholtz battling hard to try and win it back up against Ben Drake. And the ball's played up to Akindi. Nice touch, control and turn from him. Still big, strong and powerful, and difficult one. There's Sean Patton though. Very nearly wins it off Vennings. Played forward by Braintree, and Ollie Scott feels the pressure in the back of him and rides the challenge. He'll get a throw, and he can quickly send it back inside to Kanaya Boyce Clark. He sends it straight down the middle, out to the right hand side, and it's headed into touch by Braintree on the halfway line.
Yeah, I think that's about the 3rd time where Pat actually, as a forward, has really defended, and really Braintree have put a loose ball forward, so we've actually picked it up again. So it goes to show how much he's working hard as a front forward.
Colin Hayden listening in Tenerife again, I think now. Great start, we're looking good, keep this up, and hopefully we'll get the 3 points tonight. Here's the Shots attacking again down the right hand side. Hargreaves is held up, he turns and comes back to Hill. Hill tries the ball to Henry just on the right hand edge of the penalty area. Good movement off the ball from Shots. Now Hill sends the ball forward looking for the run of Luke Jenkins. It's hooked away by George Langston. Again, it'll only find a Shots player. Meerholtz it is on this occasion. Holds it up, he goes back to Nightingale. Nightingale might indeed use his goalkeeper here. He does, playing as a sweeper. 10-15 yards outside his box. He finds Inwood. Inwood will send it back, and Aldershot have really controlled the ball this evening. Here's long diagonal ball from Boyce Clark, touched by Luke Jenkins into the path of Henry. Henry sends it inside to Ryan Hill. Hill getting a little bit more further forward tonight as a result of Luke Jenkins playing at right back. Cross comes in from Jenkins. Has that deflected off a Braintree player? It doesn't matter if it did or not, because it's gathered by Mason Terry. Strapping young goalkeeper. Good, I I've not looked this up, but I say he's a good 6'3" or 4", isn't he, at least?
Yeah, it looks like, yeah.
Clears down the middle. Akindi in a battle, can't win it cleanly. Nightingale battling away, wins it at the second attempt, but the ball is gathered in by Omrore. He finds Akindi again. Akindi holding it up. Scott's got a foot in. They've won it back. It's come out to Amore again. He plays it down the right-hand side. They're so rushed when they're in possession, Braintree, because Aldershot are over them, like I said earlier, a swarm of bees.
Yeah, and you had Hargreaves and Scott there closing it down. And to be honest with you, the player panicked. The number 5 panicked and kicked it out.
You've got a real opportunity here, Aldershot, if they can get this first goal and get their noses in front. They're giving Braintree a torrid time as it is, but because the scoreline's level, you've always got hope if you're Braintree.
Well, very much so. I mean, so much in control, something's going to have to give soon.
Great control on the left side from Gandor again, plays the ball into the penalty. Oh, lovely fake take from Henry, swivels, sends it in. It beats Terry across the goal, but is headed behind by Langston. Corner number 8 for the shots in this first half.
Yeah, Langston in the right place at the right time. Goalkeeper was floundering for the first time today, I feel.
Yeah, it was really intelligent play from Henry. Ghosted onto the ball, swivelled really well for a 35, 6, 7-year-old, whatever he is, and then lifted the ball in. Thankfully for Braintree, Langston was there. There wasn't a shots player on the line. They might have had an easy headed tap in if they had. Here's the corner taken short to Ollie Scott. Tries the shot. This one he gets hold of firmly, but it's always rising and goes over the bar. And his little run of shots on targets come to an end after a goal at Yeovil and 2 crackers tonight, the first of which brought out a brilliant save from Mason Terry to poke behind for a corner. And at the moment, that is the question: can Aldershot get this ball past Mason Terry? That's the game.
I think the way things are going at the moment, you'll be pretty shocked if we couldn't actually score tonight. And I don't think Connor in our goal, has actually had a shot. Has he to save?
No, he hasn't.
Not yet.
No, he hasn't. Chested down, the goal kick by Akindi, sent forward again, held up. Scott dives in, gets the timing wrong on that one, and that was on Babic. And now for the first time, I think, this evening, Braintree will have an opportunity with a set piece to send a ball right into the heart of the shots area, and that's where Omrore and of course Big John Akindi do their best work. George Langston as well coming forward, the former Eastleigh centre back and the skipper for Braintree. Incredible to think that they've had to wait 37 minutes very nearly for their first set piece where they can get a ball into the area. Pretty high defensive line from the shots. 2 or 3 Braintree players stood beyond it at the minute in an offside position. So the assistant referee's doing his job. Drake sends it in. First contact comes down and then it's hooked up and away by Luke Jenkins. And now Akindi's underneath it, battling with Nightingale, holds it up, back to goal, comes to the edge of the area. Now it's sent back in. One in the air by Meerholt, but only coming out to a Braintree player, sends across into the far post, downward header towards goal, and it's saved away to his left by Boyce Clark. I think it's Langston with a header. It wasn't particularly powerful, but it was awkward, and Boyce Clark very nearly dived on it and caught it, but as he hit the ground, the ball came out of his hands and went behind for the corner. Brian?
Yeah, I think what happened there was Langston came down, the ball came down, hit the ground very hard and bounced up more than what Boyce Clark thought it was going to. Interesting, when they had that initial attack, I thought Kamara was offside when the ball came in and the linesman didn't flag, which I was quite surprised.
Referee again having words about pushing and pulling. The Braintree have won pretty much first contact on most of Aldershot Town's corners. Now they have a set piece of their own. And we are 37.5 minutes in. 0-0 here at Cressing Road. First half totally dominated by the shots. Braintree have had their first free kick in the final third, and that's now to be followed by their first corner. Very, very busy on the goal line. In comes the ball, cleared away on the volley by Luke Jenkins, held up by Sean Patton. He manages to steer the ball into the path of James Henry, and Aldershot might get a counter-attack going while Braintree have got players out. Sends the ball in, and it's just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper. Brilliant efforts from Ryan Hill and Sean Patton to get there on the end of it. Aldershot have waited a long time to get an incisive counter-attack against a lesser number of Braintree players.
Yeah, that was a fantastic counter-attack. It was very, very quick, lightning speed.
Here's Akindi doing well up against Inwood and Hargreaves, and he's onto another ball now, holds it up and turns. Meerholtz is there, Meerholtz goes in, and it's a free kick to Braintree, and as you can hear from the Shots fans around us, a lot of dissent,
You've been mugged off there.
Yeah, I think the situation there, Rob, was that it was a fair shoulder, and I think Kendi thought, I'll go down on this one.
Drake is going to take the free kick left-footed. So the first little passage that Braintree have had here, free kick, corner, and now another free kick, dubious that it was. He's going to send it from 10 yards out from this right-hand touchline. In it comes, flicked on by Akindi to the far stick, and then cleared away by Meerholtz. Only pattern forward for Shots as Braintree have their best spell of the half, but Aldershot are in good shape, and they force Braintree to go all the way back to Mason Terry. He's made a couple of cracking saves already this evening. Ball up towards the far side to Kamara. And Braintree win it, and Rory's well forward. He's wearing the number 5, but he is playing in the midfield, and they've got it on the left-hand side now. There's a ball forward, that's going to go straight through and roll harmlessly through to Boyce Clark, who bowls the ball out to Hargreaves. Hargreaves sees Gandor out here on the left wing, very well intelligently positioned. Comes inside, plays the ball back to Meerholtz. Meerholtz back to Gandor, he can turn. Now it's ball into the slot for Ryan Hill, left-hand side of the penalty area, comes back onto his right foot. Can he send the ball in now? He's still got it on the edge of the penalty area, waits for a run around him, that's from Meerholtz. Ignores him, goes into the penalty area, gets into the byline, squares it across, cut out by Braintree and cleared away, only as far as Inwood. Inwood has played the ball into the path of Akindi, who just shepherds it into touch. Throw in to Braintree. And hopefully you're not picking up any bad language. There's really the atmospherics in this stand. It's mainly from the Shots fans away to our right. There's quite a bit of dissent towards the referee, and I don't want to turn the sound effects down so much that you don't get to feel the atmosphere. But let's give you one apology now for the whole evening if you hear any bad language.
Yeah, I think so.
Ball's in touch, throw in to the Shots, just inside the Braintree half. And now the assistant referee tells the referee it's the other way, it's a Braintree throw.
Which it was.
John Akindi's got a wry smile on his face. Enjoys a little bit of banter with the Shots fans in front of him. Throw down the line is headed on by Scott, up in the air by Meerholtz, and then Vennings gets a foot on it, edge of the area. Nightingale battling away with the Braintree player who holds it up. I think it's Kamara down by the corner flag. He's beaten one, and then it's played behind. And referee flags. Referee says goal kick, and the assistant referee flags for a foul. And now the assistant referee changes his decision to offside. Meanwhile, Aldershot take the free kick. Yeah, very interesting. Jenkins sends it inside to Hill. Hill to Meerholtz. Meerholtz runs through the middle, finds Hill again, goes for the return pass, but it's cut out, and Braintree have won it. They've given it away again already. Inwood picks it up. Inwood finds Jenkins. 42.5 minutes gone. Aldershot lose possession just inside the Braintree half. Omrore sends it down the left-hand side. Nightingale's well positioned, covers well. Receives the ball in front of Kamara, outfoots him, and now finds Jenkins, who tries a long diagonal ball out to the left. Can Gandor keep that in? Can he get there and keep it in? He does. Knocks it past his man, goes for the return. Now it's being shepherded by Pennington, who turns and comes away with the ball down this right-hand side. He's still being tracked by Gandor, but Nightingale comes across brilliantly and wins the ball back for Aldershot. They're not just dominating the possession and the territory, they're winning the ball back when out of possession superbly. Such an appetite for the ball, Brian.
And the game's a bit more open now, and Braintree have come into the game now, so it's a bit more exciting, and
might leave a few more gaps at the back. You never know. Here's Hill sending it back. Hargreaves sends it in. Cleared away by Braintree, only as far as Meerholtz. Meerholtz to Jenkins, and Jenkins to Will Nightingale. Don't let him go forward from there. He's going to try a shot low, and it's saved on target. Another effort for the shots. Exactly half the team, or rather 6 different players now have had efforts on goal for the shots this evening, but it remains 0-0, and we are 1.5 minutes away from the 45.
The ball's in play so much, Rob. It's hard to gather breath, isn't it?
Got to be the best shots performance I've seen all season without scoring, but there you go. Here's Braintree now. Can they turn this game in their favour on the halfway, on half time? Ball's in touch. Pinnington forward to take the throw. They've suffered a lot without the ball tonight, Braintree, but fair play to them. They've hung in there, haven't they? And that's what they do week in, week out. It's what they have to do.
Yeah, I think
they don't have the resources of some of the other teams, and they have to battle. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, sorry, what I was going to say, Rob, is we've actually slightly come back a bit. I suppose we're not necessarily run out of steam, but we've actually put, for the first 35 minutes, a real good effort in trying to get the lead. We're maybe going to give it another go in the last 5 minutes of this half.
Difficult one for the referee tonight because it's playing at such a pace and intensity, but he's had a stinker there. Ollie Scott's gone to ground and he's put his foot clean on the ball and won it, and the referee has given a free kick to Braintree. I'm going to hang my hat on that one, Brian. Scott went to ground and he won it cleanly.
He certainly did, but what I will say is that the referee did give us one on the byline when Kamara actually turned around and maybe had been slightly blocked on the ball.
Drake's over it. This one's much more central, just to the right of centre. And this is the worry, of course, for shots that Braintree, it doesn't matter how much they're under pressure for how long in the game, if they keep the shots out and they force some set pieces like this, they may get a little bit of joy. Drake lifts it in, there's a header down towards goal, it's wide, and it'll be a goal kick to the shots, and we must be pretty close to that 45 minutes now. We're going to see the added time very soon. Boyce Clark sent it out early to the right hand side, it's missed everybody and gone into touch. The fourth official's waiting for the 45 to put up one added minute, which is the least I've seen for many a week, Brian.
Well, I said just now, didn't I, that the ball's been in play so much, you know, we haven't had time to sort of really talk, have we? You know, to chat about a move or something. It's just mainly going end to end.
Certainly is 0-0 then somehow, some way, still here at Cressing Road. Shots with a very, very dominant first 35 minutes. Braintree, in fairness to them, coming back into it in the last 10 minutes of the first half, forcing a few free kicks and corners. Kamara's got it over on the left touchline now. He's battling away against Nightingale. He's beaten him once, but comes back again, comes in again. Ball's played to Akindi, little touch control on the edge of the area. Kamara's been dispossessed. Hargreaves has almost won it. It's come off the Braintree player, into touch, throw into the shots, and by the time that get going, we'll be pretty much done here for the first half.
Very much so. A lot of harrying there by the shots midfield there.
Sorry, Brian, I thought you'd finished, sorry.
Yeah, no, a lot of harrying there by the shots midfield. I'm not at the moment 0-0. Well, I think we'll be disappointed if we haven't scored, but you know, you look at the bench and you just think to yourself, we've got so much more to come on when we need it, and I think that's the reason why we're playing at such a pace, as the manager knows, maybe in his mind, what subs he's most probably going to make, whether it be after 50, 60, 70 or 80 minutes. I think he's got a game plan he's going to stick to.
Listeners, you know we always call it as we see it, and that, without a shadow of a doubt, is the half this season that Aldershot have dominated the most without scoring. 6 different players with efforts of some description or another. Braintree hanging in there really well. Mason Terry making a couple of great saves, and Aldershot unable to get the ball across the line at any point. So 0-0 it is here at half time. What about that game involving 2 of the bottom 3? Gateshead and Morecambe. Gateshead took the lead in the 3rd minute. It's now, I believe, Gateshead 1, Morecambe 3, although I'm not 100% sure if that 3rd goal from Morecambe is going to stand. It looks like it will. Hartlepool 1, Carlisle 0, Eastleigh 0, Truro 0, and it's Yeovil 1, Sutton 0. Yeovil, some pretty stinky form of late, including that 2-1 midweek defeat last week against Shotts. And then a 3-0 defeat up at Carlisle, I think it was, at the weekend. They're 1-0 up through a James Daly penalty. Woking against Solihull Moors was postponed tonight. And Brian, unless you've got any other thoughts for our listeners, we'll wrap it up nice and swift and get a nice break at half time.
Yeah, I think you said maybe the best performance we've had first half without scoring. I think John Coleman set up the team in order to attack. We maybe had the first, I'd say, 35 minutes, maybe 90% of the play. It's been really robust from defence. It's been very quick. We've had some very good attacking moves, very precise play. The way I look, I see how today's teams are. Braintree look a team that are trying to stave off relegation. We actually look at like a team who's trying to actually turn around and get into playoffs. That's how I see it. And I think our team is good enough to have been in the playoffs now, but of course with our start to the season it's not going to happen. But I think this has been an exceptional display from the Shots.
Yeah, I think stay calm, stay patient, keep doing what they're doing, and as you say, there'll be a time in this game where they can reach for that bench which looks like this: Nash, Kwame Thomas, Brodie Peart, Keane Anderson, Christy Grogan, Charlie Warren and Matt Penny, all of which, perhaps with the respect to Pat Nash, who certainly did no harm when he did get his 3 or 4 games in goal, and Kwame Thomas, who's probably been coming off the bench more than starting, but the other ones there, Brodie Peart, Keane Anderson, Christy Grogan, Charlie Warren and Matt Penny could easily be starters on any given game.
Yeah, very much so. And I don't, to be honest with you, Rob, I don't know what the quality is of the Braintree bench, but I wouldn't have thought it was as good as that. You might have insight on that.
Blunkle, Clampin, Lewis Walker, surprised he's not started tonight, to be fair. He must be their top scorer, I haven't checked it out, but Amir Hadi, Che Cooper, Tommy Smith and Xavier Messiah Edwards.
Well, I presume Lewis Walker must have an injury. Why wouldn't you put your top striker in?
Well, he may just be being rested, but who knows. Maybe they wanted to play with one up top and they felt they needed a Kinde. That's probably my logic, but I don't know any better than that. I don't have any inside information. Right, we're going to leave you and get a good 10-minute break here. It's been a really, really hectic half. We've barely had time to pause for breath, and yeah, would you believe the score is 0-0. Speak to you in about 10 minutes, listeners. Crazy. I know. Noisy old lot, aren't you? I'd love one if we can get one. I'll come down with you, but I may have to come back sooner.
Now, I've never heard that said before.
I think probably the listeners probably do. Just keep your language. Which it has been good.
Did you see when too many moving parts.
Put more intelligence in it.
I've done the football, but the second bit's a bit. Very good so far.
Yeah.
I think exactly how many players have had a left foot on goal. Henry, Jenkins, Gandor, Inwood, Nightingale, Hill, Scott. 7 out of 11.
We could easily have a couple.
Scott's had a couple. Go down there for any other reason. I mean, the only other possibility is that he stumbled a trip. Why would he dive? He's about to put the ball in the net.
I know. If it was going to be any, what would be left foot now? He was his right foot. So yeah, 4 points. And he was Southampton. It's
Crazy. It's nothing. It's not in his character either. It's just crazy. Well, I'll have a look later. Cheers, mate.
Gateshead now 2-3.
2-3 at Gateshead. Cracking game there. Here at Cressing Road, it's 0-0. Don't get Aldershot 0-0. There's got to be some goals in this second half, hopefully, for the Shots, who are out for the second half. I'm Rob Worrell. Alongside me is Brian Bloomfield. First thing to check, are Aldershot making any changes at half-time? Yes, Matt Penny is coming on. Now let's see if we can work out where the change is. The first person I'm looking for, just because he hasn't started too many games lately, is Luke Jenkins. And I can't... Yes, he is on the pitch. Gandor, Patton, Henry. Hill is still out there. He's just down here. Ollie Scott.
Yeah.
So half a game each. Hopefully Ollie Scott's okay.
Yeah, a very good first half. Very good first half.
Very, very good first half,
Yeah.
and looked okay. Funnily enough, he looked absolutely fine after the Oval game as well, but then he did miss the next game. And this could be a little bit tactical, a little bit. I've got two very good players who can play at left back. I want full energy throughout the whole game. We'll see if we can find out later on. But Aldershot freshen it up. What about Braintree? Are they going to make a half-time substitution? I don't think so.
Well, while you're looking at...
I can still see the board lit up, unless he's just not switched it on.
Yeah. Aldershot going towards their own fans now, for those who listen on the radio.
Yeah, Aldershot in all black, Braintree in their home kit of orange and we think dark blue quarters, orange shorts and orange socks. chat to a few of the Shots faithful, including my brother Patrick, at half time, and it does look as if there's a good 300 or so here this evening. Braintree with the throw down the right hand side, misses Akindi, misses everybody, goes straight behind the goal away to our left. Right, let's give you the team details then. Your Shots lineup, which has one change now at half time. Boyce Clark in goal, back four, left to right is now Penny, Inwood, Nightingale and Jenkins. Ollie Scott has gone off. Hargreaves and Meerholtz hold in the middle. Gander attacking on the left, Hill on the right, Henry through the middle, and Patton the centre forward. Is a ball in from the left. Oh, Braintree player slips trying to clear it, and now it will be cleared by another Braintree player, only as far as Jenkins, who finds Meerholtz. Meerholtz into Hill, Hill to Jenkins, Jenkins to Henry. Henry gets it back on his right foot. Now he's going to send in a cross. That's headed away. Penny will be in a straight chase with Talon Harris for it. Harris gets there first. Penny's up against him. He's penned him in on the touchline. Aldershot with 5 players around that final third. Penny pokes it into touch. It will be a throw in to Braintree. And as Brian correctly said, the Shots couldn't score at the other end against the Braintree fans. Can they find at least one goal that will take the 3 points back to North East Hampshire tonight at the other end, attacking their own fans? Who've got the whole of the open slabbed terrace behind the goal, and then another narrow terracing coming back down this right hand side, and then the final section, a bit like the EBB if you like, the south stand, the far right hand block of this stand is for the visiting supporters as well. Here's Braintree coming down the right side. Penny cuts that out, but he can only send it straight to Akindi. He's beaten one Shots player, and then Nightingale comes over and smashes the ball into touch. It's another throw in to Braintree, who are already spending more time in the Aldershot town half than they probably did in the first half an hour of the game this evening. Header down from Meerholtz to Gandor. Lovely takedown by Hill. He finds James Henry. Henry will slot the ball further right here to Luke Jenkins. He hasn't really got any options in front of him, so he'll have to go back on this occasion to Will Nightingale. He goes inside to Jed Meerholtz. And now Nightingale's got it again. Just a lack of movement at the minute. Sends it inside. Henry gets his little touchback pass wrong, but Braintree can't win it cleanly, and Meerholtz sends it out to Nightingale, Jenkins, and then Jenkins sends it inside. It's well cut out, well read by James Vennings. Braintree looking to counter-attack, but they weren't quite set up right. Good turn from Drake. Plays the ball into Vennings. Vennings plays it down the left-hand side to Kamara. Kamara squares it across. Jed Meerholtz can only deflect it in the air. Ryan Hill gets a little flicker. Oh, lovely first touch from James Henry. Just lifts the ball past the Braintree defender, sends it inside to Hargreaves. Hargreaves finds Gander on the left touchline. He's going down that left touchline now against Pinnington, and he's up against him. Turns back. He's got Omrore there as well. Finds Hargreaves on the edge of the final third. Hargreaves gives it back to Gandor, and Gandor goes back to Matt Penny. Inside to Meerholtz, good first touch, buys himself a bit of space, makes a bit of ground forward. Now breaks the lines, finds Gandor, claims are offside, nothing given. Gandor keeps it in, and then just has to regain his balance because it was right on the dead ball line, and by the time he got back to it, Pinnington had poked it into touch. Throw into the Shots, Inwood comes forward. Nightingale pushes on. Boyce Clark's in the centre circle. Everybody else is in the final third of the pitch. Crazy stuff. Inwood, maybe Ryan Hill is on the edge of the final third. So too is James Henry. In comes the ball. Headed away by Braintree, only as far as Penny. Penny to Inwood. Tries a left foot cross, and it's skewed away underneath the feet of Patton, and then cleared away to touch by Braintree. And it remains Braintree 0, Aldershot Town 0. And I forgot to set my stopwatch. Brian, did you set one?
No, I certainly didn't.
We have got one. Thank you so much. If we could have a little look. We are officially 5 minutes into the second half. So 50 minutes gone, 0-0. Here's Henry on the right-hand side, into the penalty. Tries a shot left-footed. Oh, and it comes off of Patton and goes over the line. We wait to see if there's an off-flight flag. And there isn't. Goal number 4 in the last 3 games for Sean Patton. And he didn't know a lot about it. James Henry with the shot, and it hits Patton, squirms underneath his body, wrong foots the goalkeeper, and Aldershot Town, who have had chance after chance after chance to take the lead and couldn't, score with a rather fluky goal.
Well, we certainly deserved that, Rob, to be 1-0 up. But it's ironic that we've been so brilliant in our performance tonight, and then we go and score. It wasn't a fluky goal because it was a good shot, but it did virtually go through Patton's legs, didn't it? But he got a touch onto it through his legs.
Once it did, I did wonder if he might be flagged offside, but
Yeah.
no flag from the assistant referee here. And the Shots finally have a lead. And do you know what? You wouldn't believe this, but we totted up, me and Luke here, doing the media for Aldershot, at half-time. 7 of the starting 11 players had efforts on goal. None of those were Sean Patton. Now a shot from Henry has hit Patton, squirmed under his body and gone across the line. And the Shots have a lead with the 8th different player of the evening to have an effort on goal. And the most accurate off, I think, his bum or his thigh. Other body parts are available, but Aldershot just need to settle down again now. Is Inwood under a bit of pressure from John Akindi there. Inwood clears it forward into touch, throw in to Braintree. All sides and all levels of football just a bit vulnerable after they've scored, so they need a good solid 5 minutes now. Braintree are going to set up, well, they were going to set up for a long throw, but Langston sends it to Vennings, gets it back, sends it inside, and Braintree moving the ball to the left, ball into the air, cleared away by Will Nightingale. It'll bounce once and then fine touch right in front of Brian and ourselves, and it's took Aldershot just 5.5 minutes to score whilst attacking their own supporters in the second half. And James Henry will give you the assist. Why not, Brian?
Yeah, and I think Braintree now have got to really throw the kitchen sink because they can't afford to lose tonight. It's going to open the game up, there's no doubt about it, which would be good for Aldershot because we're very good on the counter-attack.
Oh, they could break through here. Vennings on the edge of the area, but 3-4 Aldershot players swarm round him and they come away with it again. Brilliant work from the likes of Meerholtz, but Braintree have won it back on the right-hand side. And Penny there, shot comes in, spill and cleared away by Will Nightingale. Good save, boys. Clark didn't quite see who got the shot away, but Braintree have been stung by that swarm of Shots players, and now they're trying to get their way back in it. They've got themselves a corner. I think they're second of the match, and they're first of the second half. Braintree 0, Shots 1. Brian Bloomfield.
Well, I think Braintree have actually woken up to the fact that this is desperate times now, and desperate times need desperate measures. And I don't know why, but they just seemed the last couple of minutes to have actually taken
In comes
hold
the
of it.
corner, beats everybody. Sorry, Brian, but I've got to commentate when the corner comes in. Sorry to cut you off. Vennings has got it on the right-hand side, plays it down the right-hand side. Last touch is off a Shots player behind for another corner. Shots players disagree, but it will be a corner. And the referee just having a word with George Langston, and his body language suggesting no more of whatever it was. I don't know whether it was dissent, whether it's something off the ball. But Braintree have a corner, and incredibly, they're looking far more potent and far more attacking now that they're behind. In comes the ball. Boyce Clark gets a bit of a fist on it and then another bit of a fist, and eventually it ends up behind the goal again. So Braintree's corner count has gone from 1 to 4 very, very quickly. And that's the Shots fans you can now hear singing, and the drum over on the far side. I haven't heard the drum too much tonight. Maybe he's come late. Corner then to Braintree, trailing now, and we're not too far off. Yeah, we're in the 55th minute. Thank you, Luke, for just leaning back so I can see that. It's going to be a left-footed in-swinging corner for Braintree, and they've got a very Arsenal-style melee of about 8 players here, right on the line. In comes the ball, headed clear, hooked away by Cameron Hargreaves into touch. It's ugly, isn't it? But they won't care about that. It's just trying to force a bit of a chaos and just get some sort of touch to get it over the line.
Well, you understand that Braintree are now 6 points adrift at the bottom in that 4th slot, and they're 2 games adrift as well, and 1 game adrift on the 2 teams above them. So they've got to do something here.
Throw comes in, edge of the area, is hooked back forward by Vennings, and then good work, to be fair, from Will Nightingale, who puts his head on it to put it behind for a corner rather than allow the ball to go through to John Akindi.
I think the one thing that we've got going at the moment is we've got Connor in goal, and I'm very confident that whatever happens, that we're not going to panic at the back with him there.
Absolutely. Another corner then to Braintree. They're 4th in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Can the shots repel them once again? In it comes. Cleared away to the right-hand side. Vennings toes it out into the path of the number 6. And Omrore's got it now. And Aldershot snapping away at their heels. They've come all the way back to the deepest player just outside the centre circle, Pinnington. He finds Drake. Drake sends a cross in to the far post. Henry's back there and heads it away, and then Jenkins comes in and heads it away as well. And Gandor's winning the foot race down the left-hand side against Omrore. Checks back onto his right side. Patton just needs to stay on side. They can't find him, but he spreads it out to Ryan Hill on the right-hand side. Tries the ball into the area. Patton is offside this time. He puts it in the net. And the irony of it, when the shot from Henry hit him, squirmed under his body and went in, he was onside. And now, after a brilliant counter-attack from the shots, Patton receives the ball in an onside position, but he did divert it past Mason Terry. Brian,
that was so close, because I thought he actually moved on to that, but you know, the linesman was in line with it, were not, but I thought he actually received the ball in an offside position, but he moved on to it. But it was so close.
Here's Luke Jenkins shepherding the ball brilliantly on the right hand side into touch. It'll be a throw in to the Shots, who probably just need to take the sting out of it a little bit at the minute. They've done well there. They've defended 4 corners, certainly inside 10 minutes anyway, Brian, and no real chances from them. No,
Braintree. But the transition was good. We said that, didn't we, about the breaking? We've got the speed to break.
Absolutely, and Braintree are going to have to push more and more, so the Aldershot need to play a clever game now. Here Kendi jumps, can't win it cleanly. Meerholtz has won it, pokes it into the path. Patton holds it up, turns it round the corner for Hargreaves. Hargreaves spreads it out to the left hand side to Gandor. Gandor's got Penny running past him. He's on the left hand side of the area, sends it in, touch from Hill. Hargreaves shot block, comes back out to Hill, and he can't get the shot away, comes out again. Hargreaves tries a pot shot, comes out to Penny. Penny hooks it back in, and it's headed away by Langston. Hill touches it down to Henry, shoot wide, skidding shot. Patton and Hargreaves were there and just trying to deflect it in, but it fizzed right in front of him. I'm talking about an inch in front of Patton, who tried to divert it in.
Yeah, Braintree back in numbers there, Rob. I have to say, I thought there's a couple of really good defensive moves there from the Braintree defence. But again, it's our pace of play, our movement off the ball was fantastic again. And well, I think we were very unlucky not to go 2 up there.
Yeah, terrific from Shots, who right now just look a different team from that one that was 7 points adrift in the relegation zone. They're winning the ball back time and time again and causing Braintree all sorts of pain and suffering. But most importantly, in this second half, they have scored the shots. The goal coming, I think, 51st minute. Do you have it 51st? Yeah, and Sean Patton with the goal is 4th in 3 games. I think he's 5th now for the Shots. Here's the other end, Penny and Inwood, a bit of head tennis. Then it's taken down by Vennings, and he can't keep it into touch. Aldershot just need to vary the tempo now, just a bit of slow, quick, slow. Just run down the clock when they need to, and then try to make sure that they're clinical next time they get an opportunity in front of goal, and that could well be enough to put this game to bed tonight. We'll have to see. Throw down the line is chested down by Gandor, but he can only find touch. And we'll high time we had a look at the other games and the other scores. What a game at Gateshead. It's now Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4. And if you ever wanted an example of just how desperate 2 teams need to win, it's those 2 tonight. Here's a smart take and turn from Kamara in the centre circle, sends it out to the right hand side. They may get in on goal here from the right hand side. Shot is in, and Braintree have levelled here. A terrific strike from Taylon Harris. One great turn and ball out to the right hand side from Kamara. Harris ghosted onto it, cut in Brodie Peart style, if you like, from the weekend, and drilled his shot past Boyce Clark. And would you believe it, a more one-sided game I have not seen, but here, some 61 minutes in, the home side have equalised. Braintree 1, Aldershot Town 1.
That was a brilliant finish, you have to give that. But if there's one player on the Braintree side that could actually turn this game, it's going to be Kamara. He's trying to rouse the fans on the home end at the moment. It was a really good goal. I have to say, Connier, Boy-Smith, Clark rather, got a good touch to it, but it went in. The power was too much. But still feel we got everything in this game to win it. We got more than enough to win this.
Number 9, Kwame Thomas.
So Kwame Thomas coming on for shots for Sean Patton, whose race is run. According to John Coleman anyway, whether he feels that, who knows. But yeah, on just past the hour mark, and Luke Jenkins coming off as well.
Number 24, Charlie Warren.
And Charlie Warren enters the fray again for shots, and I think what shots have done there is well, he's coming out to this right hand side. Great to see him back in the side, Brian. I'm telling you now, there is no way on this planet that there's only 165 Aldershot Town fans here. It's close to double that. I'd say absolute minimum 250. And if I wasn't busy commentating on the game, I'd go and count them individually and let you know, because that is a disgraceful shout. What was the overall crowd? Did you hear it?
I think it was about 860.
838.
838. Thank you very much indeed.
It looks about 1200 here tonight. But there we go. We've got a couple of subs on, and good to see Charlie Warren on. It's a very attacking formation now, and wow, John Coleman's not going to hold back. He wants to win this, as we all do.
Yeah, Hill has gone back to right back where Jenkins was. Warren has come out onto this right hand side, and Kwame Thomas has replaced Sean Patton up top for the shots. So they're going with those fresh legs just past the hour mark. Here's Nightingale sending the ball out to the left. Pennington's got to, he can't get there. Gandor behind him gets the ball, sends it back down the line. I think he was looking for Penny, but he got the pass. He got his radar wrong there. Finds Inwood to Nightingale, and Nightingale out to Ryan Hill. Hill finds Warren. Quick feet from him as always on this right touch line. Hill goes back to Warren, and Nightingale sends a lovely ball to Hill. Hill's going to try the early cross. It's half cleared by Braintree to the edge of the area. Hargreaves gets onto it, flicks it outside to Penny. Penny's attacking the left side of the area, sends it in. Swivel and turn from Hadi Gandor. Shot into the side netting. Another chance goes begging for the shots, but it was a lovely move. Good swivel and a great early shot from Gandor. Just literally a foot to the right, and it goes in the corner.
Yeah, and it was very good work also from Hargreaves to pick it up on the edge of the box as well. Well, they scored, Braintree scored, but now it's all back, all Aldershot, and with, I have to say, with Ryan going to the Ryan Hill going back to right back now, it's going to be most probably slightly different approach, because a lot of it's gone through the midfield, but as soon as Ryan Hill went back to the right spot, we had one long ball, maybe the first long ball of the game. So I think there might be a bit of a different approach now to try and spread the game.
It's not cold tonight.
Akindi has gone off. I think there was another substitution as well there for Braintree. So I'm pretty sure it will be Lewis Walker that's come on for Akindi. Yeah? Was there a double substitution? No, just the one. So Lewis Walker, the former shot, former card. Was he a shot or was he a lonely shot? I can't remember, but he certainly was a former Woking player. Here's Meerholtz in the middle of the park, sends it out to Hargreaves. Hargreaves has got an overlapping run from Penny, but he can't initially find him. He's got on Roray trailing. Braintree almost onto it. Gandor dives in and acknowledges his foul on the Braintree player. I think it might well be the goal scorer actually. Taylor Harris. Terrific finish from him. Very similar to that Brodie Peart one on Saturday, wasn't it? Just cutting in direct from the right hand side and then drilling a low finish past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, if we had scored that, we'd be raving about it, Rob. There's no doubt about it. It was a good, well taken goal. And it'd be interesting to see how they actually turn around and set themselves up now they've had the sub on.
Here's the ball down the right hand side for Braintree. Knocked down will only find Charlie Warren. Gets the ball out of his feet, assesses his options and pings it out to the right hand side and finds Hill. Hill finds Nightingale. Ball down the right hand side won't find its target, but it will find Charlie Warren. Warren to Hill. Hill down the line looking for Henry. Off the Braintree player into touch. Off of Drake. Throw in to the shots. Not quite sure why they're all disputing that one, but
they thought it was a Braintree throw, but it was an Aldershot. Did come off a Braintree player.
Yeah, I think the Braintree player prodded it. He thought he got contact off the shots player. Held up by Kwame Thomas. Back to Hill. Hill to Mearholes. And Mearholes sends it across the middle to Sam Inwood. He's quickly being shut down by Lewis Walker, so he sends it out to Penny on the left hand side. Nice sharp swivel and turn from him into Mearholes. Mearholes gives it back to him. Penny sends it inside. Nightingale comes forward. Tries a shot from distance and it's only just over. Cracking effort there from Will Nightingale, and another effort goes by for the shots. Braintree 1, shots 1.
Yeah, that was a long distance shot, about 40 yards. I have to say, Mearholes is playing very well, opening up the game in the middle for Aldershot, on the left, on the right, and it's given us a lot of space down either side of the pitch, and it is causing Braintree quite a bit of problems.
Not nearly as one-sided in this second half as the first half was, that's for sure. And Braintree, of course, have got themselves level, most importantly. It's a ball out to the left. Penny can't quite win it clean. There's smart footwork from the goal scorer, Taylor Harris. Sends the ball forward, cut out by Hill. Can only clear it as far as Drake. I don't know what it is exactly that Braintree have done tactically, but they've got a lot more of a foothold in this game. Now they send it straight through the middle. There's a flick on from Inwood, and it goes through to Kanaya Boyce Clark.
I've noticed the last 3 attacks they've got 4 up front, and this is the reasons why a couple of times we've actually picked the ball up just over their back line. At the front line rather.
Lovely ball from Nightingale out to the left side, taken down smartly by Gandor. Skips past his man, he's into the left hand side of the penalty area. Can he get the ball across? No. Well, he can, but it's just cleared away by Braintree, only as far as Penny. Penny sends it back in. Henry, I'm not sure what he tried there. He wafted a right foot at it and it went straight through to Mason Terry, who's got the ball in his hands at the edge of his area now. Quick look at the other scores in the National League tonight when we get a moment. Here's Braintree. Kamara holding it up. Wonderful assist from him for the Braintree goal. Came from very, very little. Hartlepool to double their lead against Carlisle, who are down to 10 men. It's Yeovil 1, Sutton 1. Eastleigh 0, Truro 0. And still Gateshead 3, Morecambe 4. Not been a goal in that game for nearly 5 or 10 minutes. What's going on? Here's Gandor sending the ball out to the right hand side. Picked up by Nightingale. He's bombing down the right hand side. Now finds Charlie Warren. Charlie Warren shows a little bit too much of it to Drake. Drake takes a little bit of knee on knee contact from Warren. Jenkins has gone off, of course. There's a little chip ball into the path of Nightingale, squares it across, comes off the Braintree player, goes behind for the corner, and now Drake goes down and he's going to need treatment, and that's genuine. I saw that. He literally got knee on knee from Charlie Warren. He's also limping a little bit himself actually into the area. If you watch Warren, look, he's just walking a little bit gingerly, isn't he? Shots have got a corner. I think it might be their 10th of the game, and it remains 1-1 here. Braintree and having equalised in the 60th minute after Shots took the lead in the 51st. In the end, it didn't seem longer, Brian, but just 9 minutes or so between the two goals.
Yeah, I have to say, if we're going to get any luck, I think it's going to be down this right side with Ryan Hill and Warren working it hard.
Henry sends in the corner. It's headed away by a Braintree player into the path of Thomas. Comes back in and wide from Hadi Gandor again. Yeah, I think he needs one to go in off his shin or take a deflection or something, because he seems to catch the ball so well, but it just won't find the target for him, Brian. Yeah. Goal kick to Braintree.
It's an interesting game at the moment, because over the last sort of, say, 10 minutes, we haven't had too much goal action. A lot of it going on in the middle of the park. but they're still attacking both sides. It's going to be interesting to see whether Aldershot, particularly down this right side, can actually find something to prise that open. I think the last 10 minutes of the game, it's going to be wide open, I feel, because they've got to go for it. They have. That's Braintree. They've got to go for it.
They're clearing away to touch from in their own half. Aldershot in front of their own dugout have a throw. Another substitution for Braintree. Vennings is going off.
Number 11, Shay Cooper.
He's going to be replaced by Shay Cooper, who's very often a starter here for Braintree. Of course, if you're in the scrap that Braintree are in, a point is better than none, but I think you're right, Brian. I think they recognise that there's a little bit of a gap above them that they need to close, and they really do. If they look taking a long-term view of the remaining games of the season, they really do need to push on for the win. But it's shots now with the throw down the left-hand side, headed on by Kwame Thomas, but only through to Mason Terry. If he hadn't got it, one of two Braintree defenders would have done. Long goal kick from him. Hill can't win it cleanly against Kamara. Hargreaves is next onto the ball. He hooks it round the corner. Drake clears, and he can only find Meerholz. Meerholz finds Warren. Little ball around the corner for Henry. Little hands on the back from James Henry. Just hands in the back from George Langston. Experienced enough to know that the minute that hand went into the small of his back, even though it didn't push him over, he goes down, and you can't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a defender's always going to do that, isn't he? And it's frustrating for Aldershot and frustrating for James Henry, but should never have put the hand on the back.
Free kick then to Braintree, to be taken by the goalkeeper in kind of left back position at the moment. Drills it down the left channel, one in the air by Hill. Braintree will get onto it. It's just a cultured boot through the air. Comes back again. Langston lifts it forward. One in the air by Meerholz. One in the air by... Well, Vennings didn't go off. That's a bit strange. Oh no, it's the number 6 that's left on. I beg your pardon. Yeah, that is Vennings. It was the 16 that went off. Gore and Babbage. Beg your pardon. Braintree with the ball just inside their own half on the right hand side. Aldershot not had nearly the momentum that they had in the first half. Gandor goes to ground. I think he's fouled the Braintree player. Braintree setting up to take the free kick a few yards ahead of where it is, but the referee's not bothered. Maybe he is now. And now I send it back, and then the roll sends it back to exactly where it was. Ball played short to Vennings, and now drilled down the right channel. And it will be chased by Lewis Walker. Can he keep it in down by the corner flag? He can't. Throw in to the shots. Sam Inwood to take it. And Aldershot down have just lost a little bit of momentum, Brian. They brought the fresh legs on, but certainly not dominate the game like they did.
No, I think it's messy. The game's messy at the moment, but I think it's both sides. Aldershot not dominating, but also Braintree don't seem to be doing much at the moment in the way of attacking.
Here Langston got an awkward bouncing ball in front of him, and he's got Kwame Thomas there for company. Clears it forward. Hargreaves almost gets on it but just misses, and then that's a poor challenge from Jed Meerholz, and he might get a yellow card. We'll wait and see. I think the referee acknowledges that it was just a mistimed challenge. The player that's down is Manny Omrore, and he's 10 yards inside his own half. Referee just asking him if he needs treatment or he just needs a few seconds, and the referee calling Meerholz towards him now, and he is going to get a yellow card. And I think, Brian, that's the first one of the evening, isn't it?
Well, I was just going to check that. I think that is the first one, yeah.
I can't complain there. It's one of those that the same foul in the first half doesn't get a yellow, but it's that time of the match where referees just feel they've got to get their book out and just make sure that people realise that they are prepared to use it. Meerholz will consider himself a little bit unlucky, but it was a clumsy challenge. So Braintree with a free kick, level with Brian and I, 10 yards or so into their own half, but over on the far side it'll be right-footed ball that swings it back in. Inwood should get a clear header on it, and does. It's into Henry, one touch and then he's lost it, but nicely into the path of Will Nightingale. It's won again by Braintree. Lewis Walker holds it up, sends the ball out to the left hand side. Kamara's got it, trying a right foot shot, and it's saved down to his right by Boyce Clark. It was on target, And Boyce Clark quickly rolls the ball out to Matt Penny. Aldershot just trying to... Oh, that's a horrible challenge there. Just blatantly cynical, really, from Taylor Harris, the goal scorer. And he's going to get a yellow card. When I say it's horrible, he wasn't going to injure the player, but it was just, you're not going any further, Matt Penny.
Nah, totally blatant. Yellow card deserved. And I think that was a definite stop, because we were really moving forward. We had 5 players, I think we had 4, maybe 5 players actually in the front line there, so I can understand why he took one for the team there.
Ryan Hill's going over to the left side, just inside the Braintree half. He's going to send a long free kicking a la Ryan Jones did a lot when he was here. And Aldershot have the centre backs forward. They've got Kwame Thomas up there as well. In it comes from Ryan Hill. Kwame Thomas gets a little flick on it. Warren chases. Drake's holding the ball on his own goal line, and he does well. Manages
very good
play it off of Charlie Warren. Goes behind the goal away to our right, where you can hear those Shots fans singing. And it will be a goal kick to Braintree. Mason Terry to take. Quick time check is 45, 75, 76 and a half minutes gone, so only 14 minutes left now. There's a big goal for Eastleigh, and do you want to guess who scored it on his debut?
It's got to be in here, isn't it?
Ini Effiong has got it, and who knows, he might score the goals that keep Eastleigh in this division. Here's Braintree squaring the ball across the middle, but it's found Warren. Warren finds Meerholtz. He comes forward a few yards and sends it out to the right hand side to Hill. Hill has got Warren in front of him, just checks his run. Meerholtz is onto the ball. He's into the penalty, shifts it to Warren. Warren with a shot. Little touch round the corner really from Henry. Cleared away by Braintree, only as far as Ryan Hill. Hill finds Nightingale. Nightingale to Meerholtz. Meerholtz out to Hill. Shots, can they find a winning goal, or what could be a winning goal? Ball sent over to the far side and then cleared away agriculturally by Pinnington over the stand on the far side. It'll be a throw into Shots when we recommence, but Drake's game is over and he's going to be replaced by Ryan Clampin.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Rob, we've got to stop putting these long balls in from the right or left into the centre. I think we've got to go down the wing. I think we've got the skill there to be able to get back down to the byline and bring the ball back in for 2 or 3 players to be on the end of it, just on the 6-yard block, yard line or behind.
So Clampin on, and Messiah Edwards is also on for Kamara, who assisted the Braintree goal. Word in from Capadino, who says that he's enjoyed the comms tonight with myself and Brian. Thank you. We deserve to edge this towards another 3 points. Keep the momentum going with JC at the wheel. Come on the Shots. Here they are on the left hand side. Ball comes in from inward. Spilt momentarily by Mason Terry, but he gathers it in again before anybody in black can get onto it. Referee signals a free kick, potentially for the goalkeeper being blocked when he wanted to get it forward. Oh, good cut out there, well read from Warren. And Clampin, his first pass goes astray, and then Kwame Thomas shuts it down, and it will be a throw into Braintree, but right in the left back position, in front of their corner flag, right in between the 2 rows of Shots fans, spread out across the goal behind it, away to our right, and also down this right hand side here.
I think once again we exposed them down our right and on their left back position.
Flick on from Warren. Kwame Thomas almost onto it on the edge there. He's being pulled. He shakes his man off. Plays the ball back to Inwood, who's the deepest Shots player. He's got Penny out on the left side. Tries a ball straight through the middle. Touch around the corner by Gandor. He's looking for Penny, but that touch doesn't come off. Braintree will clear it down the right hand side, and they've got bodies forward here, and Will Nightingale is brilliantly placed. 3 Braintree players against 2 Shots, but Nightingale prevails, and he finds Penny down the left wing as well. Kwame Thomas comes back from an offside position. Penny sends it inside to Henry. Henry finds Warren. Warren can have a run at the Braintree defence, so he's going to try a shot from distance. A little skid off it. James Henry bundles the ball over the line. and the Shots take the lead. A blistering strike from Charlie Warren, and it was stopped on the line but skewed free, and James Henry was there on the spot, and he tucks it home, and the Shots take a deserved lead again. Braintree 1, Aldershot Town 2.
I mean, that started with Nightingale at over there, virtually at the left back position, taking the ball away from Kamara. A brilliant ball. I mean, that ball must have gone 50, 60 yards down the left-hand line. Absolutely fantastic. The ball coming in straight across to the right-hand side. Warren picking it up. And what a shot. I have to say, good parry by the goalkeeper. And then, obviously, James Henry coming in. Very fast, very fluid movement. I have to say, both our goals, a bit fortuitous, but all because of our very direct and quick play.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very few players that started or have come on in this game for Aldershot Town have not had an effort on goal tonight. And it is a bit bizarre, the two efforts that have gone in. But well done, James Henry. He said that he's fit to go the distance. Well, here he is in the 80th minute, following up a cracking shot from Charlie Warren and getting one of the easiest goals that he'll ever score, just by making the effort and having the good sense to be in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and as I said when I just earlier just now, you know, that ball from Nightingale from the left-hand side, absolutely inch perfect down the line.
It was brilliant. It's good work on the left-hand side from Gandor. Eventually he is dispossessed. Aldershot very nearly win it back again. Braintree struggling to get out of their own final third, is clamping on the ball. He goes back to Vennings. Nice turn and take from him, and he's going to get away from James Henry. Hargreaves has come over to support, sends it out to Harris on this right hand side. He's got past Hill. Can he get his cross in from the left hand side? He can, and there's a deft header from a Braintree player which goes wide, and they might just keep it in rather than go behind for a goal kick. They do, down by the corner flag on the right hand side. Now they send it back. He might well get a cross in here or a shot from the edge of the area. It's Pennington getting forward, sends the ball in, headed away powerfully by Will Nightingale, hooked down on his chest from Hargreaves and hooked away to touch. Will Nightingale playing a huge key part again for the Shots tonight.
Yeah, fantastic defensive play there by Hargreaves, as you said, on the turn, hooking it out for throwing.
Shots have found their way back in front again with 10 minutes to go, but here come Braintree down the right hand side. Oh, great work there from Paddy Gandor in defence, and he smashes his clearance against the Braintree player. It goes directly upright, comes down by the corner flag, is played off of Penny by Pennington. It will be another corner to Braintree, who by the sheer position that they're in the league have to throw everything in, and the Shots, well, they are some 7.5, 8 minutes away of defending plus added time to see this one through. They've scored 2 goals again today. They remain in the top 5 or 6 scorers in the National League.
And we've got 18 players in the around the 6-yard box.
Yeah, it's that Arsenal style, everybody chaos in the middle. It's headed away at the near post by Ryan Hill, only as far as James Vennings. Vennings is being tracked out to the right touchline by Charlie Warren. They send it back inside. Pennington's got it central on the edge of the final third. Now the cross is going to come in from the right, and that's massively overhit, and that will bounce a couple of times and disappear into the open terrace and behind the Braintree goal. That'll give me a chance to pause breath, let Brian speak, and then I'll bring you up to date with the other scores.
Well, you know, Braintree have got to keep their foot on, because I think if we're saying, I think Sutton are winning it at home to Yeovil, and this defeat will actually, I feel, be the nail in their coffin. I think they're too far adrift now, but we're playing again. I think we're playing as we're going down now, down the right hand side here. Kwame keeping it on, which is really good.
He's put it into touch for a throw into Braintree in the left back position. So to bring you up to speed with those other games this evening, it's now Gateshead 4, Morecambe 4. It's Yeovil 1, Sutton 2. Eastleigh 1, Truro 1, and Hartlepool 3, Carlisle 1 in the other games. Here it is Braintree 1, Aldershot Town 2. The Shots are less than 10 minutes away from a 9th win in 12 in the National League, and they've got themselves a free kick here out on the right hand side. James Henry's going to take it, and
yeah, Kwame doing well there to actually almost bought a foul, I suppose, really, to be honest with you, but he was slightly tackled high up.
Just pausing just to get a breath while we can here. Braintree 1 shots 2. Henry will take the free kick once the referee's happy with everything.
I just hope he puts it low, not high. Whip it around that first defender if he can.
Just one defender in the wall. Henry steps up with the free kick. Great delivery, and it comes off the head of a Braintree player. I think they'll just keep it in. Or in fact an extra touch from the Braintree player, but the throw-in given to Braintree for some reason. I think the assistant referee must have been blindsided.
Yeah.
Lucky guess.
Or a lucky guess, or an unlucky guess for Aldershot, because he gave it to Braintree. Braintree quickly sending the ball out to the right-hand side to Pinnington. Pinnington's racing forward. Oh, great tracking back again from Hadi Gandor. Inward sends the ball into the path of Hargreaves and then gets it back and then finds Mia Holtz. Mia Holtz is going to go straight through the middle here. Sends it out to Henry, who leaves it for Warren to run onto. Hill's running on the outside of him. Oh, ball into the penalty area to Henry. Oh, and then Henry and Hill just misunderstanding. Either of them could have ran onto it on the byline and inside the penalty area on the right-hand side. I think both of them thought the other one was going to. I think we'll forgive him that, Brian.
Yeah, I think what happened there, Hill checked himself thinking that the other player was going to take it on, so I'm not going to blame him for that. Shots fans in good voice behind the goal there
and
to our right hand side.
Please everybody ignore the 165 that's been announced. It's close to double that. I think we're all agreed along here, absolute minimum 250. Yeah, Luke, agreed. I mean, at some point, if anybody wants to go count them, then we'll have a proper total, but it's nothing like 165, and that is embarrassing from Braintree. I don't know why they can't announce the correct away attendance. It's segregated. Right, here's Braintree battling away with Omrore on the touchline, goes back, sends it inside to Vennings. Vennings now to Clampin. And we've got just under 3 minutes of the 90 left. That's a great turn and run from Harris. He's surging through the middle. Arms on from Will Nightingale. Free kick to Braintree in the middle. We'll wait and see whether the referee can be asked to take the name of Will Nightingale as well. He's probably thinking about it. The Braintree player's down with a bit of cramp. It was I think Nightingale recognised it was a dangerous run from the guy who's already scored a goal, and he's looked their best player for me tonight. Braintree, Taylor Harris. He just looks like the one who's really got something about him and the bit between his teeth.
Well, I think him, along with Kamara, I have to say, if there's one player that I would look at tonight and say, would I like him at Aldershot, and it would be Kamara. I think he's got exceptional lightning pace and maybe just needs to be in a better team to be able to fulfil his true potential.
Right, as Braintree look at the Aldershot goal, they are left of centre here, around about 38, 40 yards out. Shay Cooper is over it. Not adverse to an odd late goal for Braintree is Shay Cooper. I've seen his name pop up a few times. Is he going to try a direct shot here? There's no immediate wall within 10 yards. No, he lifts it over the top and it's headed down and towards goal, and then what a save from Boyce Clark. One of the Braintree substitutes it was that got the header away. They might have another chance here as they send the ball in from the left hand side, and it's the number 24 Messiah Edwards with an effort towards goal that to me looked like it was going in, and then a hand from Boyce Clark came out of nowhere, Brian.
Exceptional reflex save. I honestly thought that was in, and well, this is why, you know, he's been taken to the heart of the shots faithful. He's an absolutely brilliant goalkeeper for this level.
Here come Braintree down the right side again, skipping back onto the left foot to the edge of the area. Across and cleared away brilliantly by Ryan Hill. Held up on the chest of Kwame Thomas, but he's been outwitted. He's gone down. He feels he's got a free kick. He's not, I'll tell you that for nothing. On they go. Clampin's got the ball. Aldershot tired here. They put a lot of work into this tonight, and they're not quite yet across the line. We are inside the 90th minute. There's 20 seconds of that left. We'll keep an eye out. That's a poor touch from Lewis Walker. Into touch, throw into Aldershot. Nightingale goes down, gets himself a breather. May or may not need some treatment. I think he's going to get slowly up to his feet. Aldershot in no rush to take the throw. The assistant referee putting the numbers on the board. Only 1 in the first half. We're going to have 4 here in the second half. That's how long Aldershot have got to hold on and take all 3 points back from Essex to North East Hampshire. Brian Bloomfield.
Yeah, I think 4 minutes is fair, to be honest. This will be, I have to say, the first half was an amazing performance. If we can keep this 2-1 lead, this is a brilliant away performance. We've dug this out at times in the second half, let's be honest, but it's still been a brilliant performance.
Ifs and buts and maybes, we're not there yet, but Brian's right, they're nearly there. They're inside the last 3.5 minutes here. Listen to the noise of the shots, faithful. Some 250, 300 of them, despite what's been announced. Free kick given away by Kwame Thomas there on clamping, and Langston is going to take it. It's blocked by Warren. Warren's going to get a silly, cheap yellow card. And
the referee's only going to add time on for that. He needs to learn from that.
It's silly, just back away. And you don't often see it, but I understand why they've done it and given a yellow card in. A lot of referees don't do that, give it anymore, but it's obvious, isn't it? It's blatant from Warren.
Yeah, it's
just
time wasting.
Not retreating. Huge free kick from Mason Terry. Huge header back from Will Nightingale. Langston will go back to his keeper. It's been shut down now by Kwame Thomas. Back to Langston. He just hoofs it forward, straight down the middle. And Aldershot battling away, and Inwood takes no chances, hooks it up high in the air and out to the left-hand side, where Braintree will try and keep it in, and they do. Pinnington onto the ball. Gandor back there, tries to poke it into touch, can't make contact. Braintree coming again inside to Vennings. Still just inside the Aldershot half. Vennings gets it back again. He's going head down towards goal through the middle. Finds Clampin. Clampin can't see too many options. Sends in a deep cross to the far edge of the area. It's headed back across and down. Appeals for something off the ball. Nothing given. Referee's satisfied. Boyce Clark pounces on the ball. Lays on it. Eventually gets up. And very, very soon we'll be into the final.
Yeah, I think Xavier Edwards there felt he was pulled back, and I think he had something to say about that. There's no doubt. He was pulled back slightly.
Yeah, Brave had a flick on from Kwame Thomas. Finds Gandor. Gandor finds Hargreaves still running around. Braintree clear it up towards halfway. Aldershot have got bodies in there. It's a free kick to Braintree, 5 yards inside their own half on the right hand side, right in front of John Coleman and the Aldershot Town bench. They've got 2 draws in the last 11, 8 wins and 1 defeat. They don't want to draw tonight. They want all 3 points. They want to go up to 42 in the table, and they'll see where that takes them, but it's not done yet. We are, though, however, into the final of the 4 added minutes. Everybody bar the kick taker and Pinnington and the goalkeeper in the final third for Aldershot Town. Referee blows his whistle. In comes the ball. Headed away by Hargreaves as far as Warren. He hooks it out to the right hand side. It will be chased down by Henry, but Vennings is going to beat him to that. Vennings sends it inside to Pinnington. Pinnington manages to outmaneuver Gandor, but Gandor's coming again. Gandor goes down, wins the ball unfairly though, according to the referee, and Braintree have got an opportunity in the dying seconds to send one more free kick right into the heart of the Aldershot Town area. We've got 17 seconds left, plus whatever else the referee decides to add on. Isaac Searle.
Last chance saloon for Braintree, I feel.
Yeah. Shay Cooper is going to send this ball into the area. High defensive line on the edge of the penalty area for Aldershot Town. In it comes. It's looking like it's over everybody. Headed out and clear. Headed out away again by Warren. Headed again by Hargreaves. And then Clampin picks it up on the left-hand side, manages to get his cross in, it's flicked towards goal, and it's saved by Boyce Clark. Routine save, but that effort deflected towards goal. If it had gone either side of him, it would have been 2-2, but he's got it in his hands. Braintree send it forward. Can't be held up by Henry. Braintree coming again. One more attack maybe. No, Hargreaves is in there. Swings a foot, can't win it. We're well past the 4 added minutes now. 38, 9, 30, 40 seconds. Aldershot have won it with Hargreaves. Hargreaves has got Kwame Thomas on the right hand side. Hargreaves is on the floor. Thomas is aiming for the corner flag. He's got Clampin in the back of him. Holds it up. Clampin wins the ball. Braintree come away again. Warren's won the ball back. Referee, you've got to blow the final whistle here, surely. The ball's in touch. Throw-ins given to Braintree. It probably should have been shots. There's the final whistle anyway. And Aldershot Town have done it. 9 wins from 12 games. And my goodness, they've had to work hard for it. As much because of their own profligacy in front of goal as the sheer endeavour of Braintree Town, who continue to fight in that bottom 4 position. The Shots pick up another 3 points on the road. Final score, Braintree 1, Aldershot Town 2. Brian.
Fantastic performance. First half, we were absolutely exemplary. A brilliant Aldershot performance in the first half. The best we've most probably seen this season. The second half, I think it was maybe 50-50. We may have just edged it, but Braintree knew they had to dig in, they had to do something, and they brought the game to Aldershot as much as they could, but we had the class. They scored the best goal of the evening. We were a bit fortuitous with both of our goals, but on the whole, that was a definitely deserved win. We played well, and for me, 2 players stood out. Personally, myself, I thought Gander at the front did very well, held the ball up very well, put in a really good shift. And Mertzol, I thought he was he was exceptional in the middle. I don't think you heard his name that much, but he was there, always moving left to right, trying to stop break-up play for Braintree. So for me, I would, personally myself, Mertzol, for me was the man of the match from my perspective. I'm sure you're going to have a different view, maybe.
No, it's your shout, and Jed Meerholtz is Brian's Aldershot Town man of the match. Once again, so many to pick from. You'd have to mention Will Nightingale again. He was our man of the match on Saturday. He was superb. And Kanaya Boyce-Clark, over the course of the evening, hasn't had to make too many saves, but 2 of the 3 he made were exceptional. Terrific midfield display, once again, full of running from Meerholtz and Cameron Hargreaves, who the only reason he doesn't get man of the match is so consistent week in, week out. And the Shots now celebrating with their supporters. As I say, 250, 280, possibly 300 of them. Ignore the number that's been announced. It is not 165. That is embarrassing from Braintree. And from Aldershot Town, it doesn't matter how you get it done. They've been the better side all night. And yes, the goals were not their best efforts of the night, but they found their way in under Patton's body, and Henry being James on the spot rather than Johnny. And they take the 3 points back to Hampshire. We'll have a look at the other results in just a minute. But it's onwards and upwards for the Shots. And Rochdale coming to the EBB on Saturday. And there's got to be one clear message. And if you're listening and you know that you possibly can be there on Saturday, be there. Let's get that gate up to 3,000 if we can. Let's make sure that off the pitch, Aldershot Town play their part. And on the pitch, you know that these lads will, Brian.
Well, I think we've got a fantastic squad here now playing under John Coleman. I think it showed when we brought some of those subs on. We've got quality in depth. We've got players back from injury. And who knows? I think we're maybe in 42 points from 12th position. I think we can stay there, maybe even get another 1 or 2 places up. And it'd be good if we could actually finish as high as 10th. But we're on a fantastic run.
Yeah, and you don't want the season to finish right now. I don't even think about the finish line. Just keep enjoying this run. One of the best runs in Aldershot Town's history. I should endeavour now. 9 wins out of 12.
And when you think, 12, we had those games that when John came in where we had 6 or 7 defeats on the bounce, but they were only by, I think most of them all by 1 goal, and quite a few of those right at the death as well. If we'd only just turned 2 of those into wins, I mean, we'll be talking about something a bit different now. But it did take time for John to turn it around. He had a lot of injuries. He had to bring players in, ship players out. And, this team is chalk and cheese, isn't it now?
I'd just like to say, Brian said ship players out, and
I did.
He didn't say the other thing that sounded like there. Right, in that Eastleigh-Truro game, let's bring you up to date. Truro equalised with 7 minutes to go, but Eastleigh managed to find a winner. It was Aaron Pierre in the 90+4. A massive win for Eastleigh, having sacked their manager and signed in the FA Young, who got their first goal. It's still going at Gateshead. It's 4-4 between Gateshead and Morecambe. There have been 2 hat-tricks in that game. Luke Chadwick for Gateshead and Popov for Morecambe. He's a player to look out for at the moment. Hartlepool 3, Carlisle 1 is a little bit of a turn-up for the books in terms of the form league, and that suggests that Hartlepool will continue to battle away. A couple of terrific wins for them. The 4-3 at Solihull in the week, and now a 3-1 against Carlisle, who had McAdam sent off on the hour mark. Yeovil, I think, have scored a late winner, potentially against Sutton. Listen to this one. It was 1-0 to Yeovil, then Sutton went 2-1 up. James Daly scored again on 90+3, and Brett McGavin has tucked away a penalty in 97 minutes that leaves Sutton in heartache. They're going to probably lose that one by 3-2. And Eastleigh-Truro has finished 2-1. Woking and Solihull will have to do it all again on another day. Let's look at the National League table, and as Brian hinted, Aldershot Town have indeed moved back up again to 12th on 42 points. And for those who want to think about it, who want to consider it, who want to work out the odds, they're 10 points now off the playoffs, and they are 12 points clear of the relegation zone. Certainly, I think we can say for the first time, other than perhaps well, in fact, not even near the beginning of the season, kind of a wretched start, didn't they? Aldershot nearer the playoff places than the relegation places.
Yeah, and it would take a catastrophic loss of form to actually turn around and not stay up. I mean, to be honest with you, I think the 3 bottom teams are down, and it's going to be a permutation between Braintree, Sutton, Brackley and Altrincham.
I'm going to annoy Sam Carter now, our former media manager, and shove a microphone into his hands, because when Sam was at Aldershot Town was struggling in the bottom 4. Thank you, Sam, for going and changing everything. No, Sam's obviously got a cracking job at Ipswich now. Sam, you come back and watch the shots tonight.
Yeah.
Tell us the difference from what you left.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's great to see. Not quite 2 of the best goals you'll ever see in the world. Not the prettiest, but no. They all count, don't they? Yeah, just a different team, really, isn't it? You can see some of the additions that I won't know personally have made a huge difference. But it's so good to see from afar that we're doing well. So. And
could anybody have even believed that when Aldershot was 7 points adrift in the relegation zone, they'd then go on to win 9, draw 2 and lose 1 of the next 12 games?
Yeah, it was a horrible thing to watch from a distance, just looking like maybe hope was gone.
Yeah.
I know it's horrible to say, but it did look that way, didn't it? And then now to see us have improved so well and now climb up the table like that is fantastic. So fair play to John Coleman. Again, obviously I don't know him personally, but it's been a fantastic thing to see him do so well.
Yeah, there's superb togetherness right up the squad. We saw in the pre-match players warming up. That tells you 2 things. 1, there's a bit more strength in depth now, and 2, those players that haven't even made the squad still want to be here in and around it. That's how things have changed. Just while you're here, and we'll be a few minutes before we do the post-match, how's things going at Ipswich for you?
Very well, thank you. Very well indeed. Yeah, it's been great. Great to settle into up there and new beginnings and everything, but yeah, it's brilliant, thank you.
Good stuff. And the second question that I'm sure everybody asks you, have you met Ed yet?
I've seen
Ed Sheeran. You've seen him.
I've seen him. I've been in his presence.
Ah, fair enough. Yeah, we'll wait for that exclusive interview, Sam. But great to see you, and thanks for coming along tonight. Cheers, Sam. Take care, mate. Right, that's just about it from me and Luke. I don't think, me and Brian, I beg your pardon, I don't think we're going to make poor old John Coleman traipse all the way over here, so we're going to switch off the equipment now, get over to the far side. And Brian, we talked about man of the matches. In terms of someone that BBC might want to talk to tonight following that game, we've spoken in recent weeks to Sean Patton and to Will Nightingale. Is it a time to talk to the winning goal scorer, James Henry, do you think?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I have to say, we've actually turned around and we've seen a class performance. And the 2 players I went for was because of one for Gandal's endeavour and particularly for how I felt that Jed Mertzold actually commanded the space.
Meerholtz, Brian. If you're going to give him man of the match, you've got to get his name right.
I know. But there you go. But you're right. Yeah, you talk about Connier
Boys
Clark right at the end. What a fantastic move by Braintree, though, in order for him to make that save.
Yeah,
because
it was.
It looked like that goal was in. So I think there could have been most probably 5 or 6 man of the matches tonight, to be honest with you.
Brian, thank you very much for joining me this evening.
Been a pleasure.
Sterling record alongside me on the mic, and great to meet up earlier and get a little bit of a bite to eat with Brian. Right, next up, Shots fans, home to Rochdale on Saturday. Aldershot Town, who've beaten the teams in 8th and 7th and 5th place recently, will be taking on the number 1 on Saturday. Aldershot Town against Rochdale at the EBB. Be there if you possibly can, and if you can't, join myself and Steve Gibbs on BBC Surrey Online or the BBC Sport app, or tune in and watch on DAZN. That's it from me, Rob Worrell and Brian Bloomfield. Speak to you again on Saturday. Final score, Braintree 1, Aldershot 2.